Hey there, fitness enthusiasts and curious minds. Welcome to Synergy Strength's breakdown of one of the most talked about, sometimes misunderstood, and definitely polarizing fitness methodologies of our time: CrossFit. I'm Coach Alex, and today we're cutting through the noise, the myths, the hype, and yes, even some of the legitimate criticisms to answer the question, what is CrossFit actually? And perhaps more importantly, is it right for you? Now, if you've spent any time in the fitness world over the past decade, you've undoubtedly heard of CrossFit. Maybe you've seen the CrossFit Games on television, those incredibly fit athletes flipping tyres, climbing ropes, and performing seemingly superhuman feats of strength and endurance. Or perhaps you've driven past a CrossFit box, and that's insider lingo for a CrossFit gym, and glimpsed through the windows to see groups of people moving intensely, sweating profusely, and maybe even cheering each other on. But here's the thing, those snapshots don't tell the whole story, not even close, and that's exactly why we're here today. At its core, CrossFit is defined as constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity. That's the official definition from CrossFit HQ, but what does that actually mean in practice? Let's break it down piece by piece. Constantly varied means you're rarely doing the same workout twice. Monday might be heavy lifting, Tuesday could focus on gymnastics skills, Wednesday might be a cardiovascular endurance challenge. This variety is intentional, designed to develop a broad, general, and inclusive fitness. Functional movements refers to exercises that mimic patterns you use in everyday life. We're talking about squatting, which is essentially sitting down and standing up, deadlifting, picking something up off the ground, pressing, pushing something overhead. These aren't isolated machine exercises. They're compound movements that engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously, just like real-life activities do. And high intensity? Well, that's where CrossFit gets both its reputation and its results. Workouts are designed to be challenging, pushing you to work hard, often against the clock or against specific benchmarks. But, and this is crucial, high intensity is always relative to your current fitness level. I'll say that again because it's important. Intensity is relative. What's intense for an elite athlete would be dangerous for a beginner. What's challenging for a 25-year-old might be inappropriate for someone in their 60s. A properly run CrossFit program scales and modifies every workout to meet you where you are, something we'll dive deeper into later in this video. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. CrossFit has been criticized, sometimes fairly, for a culture that can push the limits of safety. There have been concerns about rhabdomyolysis, a serious condition where damaged muscle tissue breaks down, about poor form being encouraged in the pursuit of faster times, about inadequately trained coaches. These criticisms aren't entirely without merit. Like any methodology that grows explosively, and CrossFit went from 13 gyms in 2005 to over 15,000 worldwide today, quality control can be an issue. Not all CrossFit boxes are created equal. Not all coaches prioritize the same things. This is precisely why education videos like this one matter. But here's what many critics miss. At its best, CrossFit has revolutionized fitness for millions of people who previously found gyms intimidating, boring, or simply ineffective. It's created communities where grandmothers work out alongside former college athletes. It's taken fitness out of the realm of aesthetic goals alone and reframed it around performance, capability, and health. I've personally witnessed people transform not just physically, but mentally. I've seen the shy newcomer become the encouraging veteran. I've watched people discover strengths they never knew they had, overcome limitations they thought were permanent, and build friendships that extend far beyond the gym walls. Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to give you the complete picture. We'll explore the methodology behind CrossFit programming, discuss who might benefit most from this approach, examine potential risks and how to mitigate them, and provide practical guidance on how to determine if a particular CrossFit box is right for you. Whether you're a fitness novice curious about taking your first steps, an experienced athlete considering adding CrossFit to your training repertoire, or simply someone who wants to understand what all the fuss is about, this breakdown is designed to give you the unfiltered, balanced information you need to make an informed decision. Because ultimately the best fitness program isn't the one that works for the person on the magazine cover. or your friend who won't stop talking about their PR. The best program is the one that works for you, your goals, your body, your lifestyle, and your preferences. So let's cut through the hype and the hate and find out what CrossFit actually is and whether it might be your path to a fitter, stronger, healthier life. So now that we've cleared the air about what CrossFit claims to be versus how it's often perceived, let's dive deeper into the actual methodology that makes CrossFit unique in the fitness landscape. If you were to log on to a CrossFit affiliate's website and check their workout of the day, commonly referred to as the WOD, you might see something that looks like a foreign language at first glance. Names like Fran, Murph, or Cindy, acronyms such as AM, RAP, EMOM, or RFT, numbers and movements strung together in patterns that might seem random to the uninitiated. But I promise you, there's a method to what might initially appear as madness. CrossFit programming follows specific patterns designed to develop what founder Greg Glassman calls broad modal and inclusive fitness. Let's unpack what that actually means in practice. CrossFit programming typically rotates through 3 different modalities: metabolic conditioning, or Metcon for short, gymnastics, and weightlifting. A well-designed CrossFit program balances these elements throughout the week to develop 10 physical skills: cardiovascular endurance, stamina, strength, flexibility, power, coordination, agility, balance, and accuracy. Let's look at a typical week at a quality CrossFit box. Monday might focus on strength with heavy back squats followed by a short, intense Metcon involving kettlebell swings and box jumps. And Tuesday could emphasize gymnastic skills like handstands and pull-ups, paired with a longer endurance workout. Wednesday might be a recovery day with mobility work and light movement. Thursday could bring Olympic weightlifting, clean and jerks or snatches, combined with rowing intervals. Friday might feature a benchmark workout that tests how your fitness has improved across multiple domains. This variety isn't random. It's strategically designed to prevent adaptation plateaus and develop a more complete form of fitness. Traditional bodybuilding might give you impressive biceps, and marathon training will certainly build endurance. But CrossFit aims to develop competency across all fitness domains simultaneously. Now let's talk about the structure of individual CrossFit sessions, because this is where many misconceptions arise. A proper CrossFit class isn't just showing up and immediately throwing yourself into an intense workout until you collapse in a puddle of sweat, though that's often the only part that makes it to Instagram. A typical 1-hour class follows a consistent format. It begins with a thorough warm-up designed to prepare your body for the specific movements you'll be performing that day. This is followed by a skill or strength component where technique is prioritized over intensity. You might spend 15 to 20 minutes practicing Olympic lifting technique with PVC pipes or empty barbells, gradually adding weight as form allows. Only after this preparation does the class move to the conditioning portion, the high-intensity WOD that CrossFit is famous for. These workouts typically range from 5 to 25 minutes, though some special workouts may be longer, and contrary to popular belief, good coaches don't simply set a timer and walk away. They continue to monitor form, provide scaling options, and ensure safety throughout. And speaking of scaling, this is perhaps the most important aspect of CrossFit methodology that outsiders miss. Every single workout can and should be modified to meet individual abilities. That 24-inch box jump becomes a 12-inch step up for someone just starting out. That 225-pound deadlift becomes a 65-pound kettlebell deadlift for someone building foundational strength. Those kipping pull-ups become ring rows for those developing upper body pulling power. The class concludes with a cool-down period and often some dedicated mobility work. In total, you're looking at a comprehensive training session that addresses multiple fitness components in just 1 hour, efficiency that makes CrossFit particularly appealing to those with busy schedules. What truly separates CrossFit from other fitness methodologies, however, isn't just the programming. It's the emphasis on measurable, observable, repeatable results. Every workout has a specific scoring method: time completed, rounds finished, total weight lifted. These metrics are typically recorded, creating a comprehensive fitness journal that allows members to track their progress objectively. When you revisit a benchmark workout like Fran, a couplet of thrusters and pull-ups, 6 months after your first attempt, and shave 2 minutes off your time. That's undeniable evidence of improved fitness. This data-driven approach provides concrete feedback that can be incredibly motivating. You're not just working out hoping for results, you're seeing tangible proof of your improvement. Another distinctive element of CrossFit methodology is its community aspect, which isn't just a nice bonus. It's programmed into the very structure of the workouts. Many WODs are designed to finish roughly around the same time for all participants regardless of fitness level, creating a shared experience of effort. Partner workouts and team competitions are regularly incorporated. The group setting creates accountability, camaraderie, and often lasting friendships. It's worth noting that while CrossFit has a standardized Level 1 certificate course that all coaches must complete, the quality of coaching can still vary significantly between facilities. The best CrossFit boxes have coaches with additional credentials, continuing education, and years of experience working with diverse populations. So that's the methodology in a nutshell. Constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity, scaled appropriately to individual abilities, measured precisely, and performed in a supportive community environment. But the question remains, is this approach right for you specifically?